Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be using our Ninja Foodi Power Blender to make sugarless cakey pecan brownies. So you ready? Let's get into this. Okay, for ingredients we have melted unsalted butter, our monk fruit sweetener, unsweetened cocoa powder, all-purpose flour, some large eggs, crushed pecans, sugarless chocolate chips, some baking powder, a tiny bit of salt, some instant espresso. You can use espresso powder for this as well. We got a little bit of vanilla extract, some water, and last but not least, some non-stick cooking spray. Remember, if you'd like to make this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Then we want to get a 9x13 baking tray and spray this with our non-stick spray. Make sure you do this first, because if you don't, you're gonna forget and it's gonna suck. Now we can go ahead and start mixing our ingredients. If you don't have one of these Ninja Foodi Power Blenders, that's fine. You can use a mixer as well, or you can even use a bowl and a whisk. In any case, the order is all the same. So for our Ninja Foodi Power Blender, we wanna go ahead and remove the top. And for the blade, you wanna make sure you're using the dough blade. So we'll set that in there, throw in our melted butter, our monk fruit sweetener, and we're gonna wanna go ahead and set the blender on the dough setting and go ahead and run it for a cycle. Now for this step, you want this to be nice and smooth. So if it still looks pretty granular, like this does just a little bit, you can always just run it one more cycle. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. Okay, so now, if we look at that, it looks nice and smooth. So now we're gonna add in the baking powder, the salt, our vanilla extract, our instant espresso, and our cocoa powder. We'll go ahead and close this up, and we'll run one more dough cycle. Now if you have problems with the stuff not looking combined, that's fine. You just go ahead and take a spatula and just kind of push everything down really quickly. And then we'll just go ahead and run the dough cycle for about 10 seconds or so, just to make sure this all combines really well. Now that that's combined, we're gonna go ahead and add in our eggs. We're only gonna wanna beat these into this one at a time. So we'll throw one in, run it for a few seconds to let it beat in there, and then we'll add another one, and so on and so forth. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you wanna learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add in the water. So take the lid off, pour that water in, and then we're gonna run it for a dough cycle or two, just until we get that mix nice and smooth. Okay, let's check this out. And you can see that's looking really nice and smooth, so we're ready to move on. So now we're gonna add in our flour, our chocolate chips, the sugarless chocolate chips that is, and our crushed pecans. And for this, we just want to go ahead and blend it on that dough setting until everything is combined. All right, let's check on this. And that's pretty much how we want it to look. So now we can go ahead and get this in the oven. So what we want to do is spoon this into our pan. Remember, we already greased it, so we're looking pretty good there. This part's kind of a pain in the neck, but it is what it is, I guess. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven on the middle rack for about 30 minutes, between 28 and 30 minutes actually. At about 25 minutes or so, we're gonna check for doneness.
2 days later.
Okay, let's check this out and see how we're looking. Okay, now if this is ready to come out, this toothpick right here should come out nice and clean. So we're gonna poke these brownies here right in the middle. And as you can see, that comes out nice and clean now, so we know it's ready to take these out. So we'll set them on a rack here on top of the oven, let them cool off. And you wanna make sure that you let this cool completely down before you try to cut into it. Okay, we let this cool down for about an hour, and it's cool to the touch all around, so we should be good to go ahead and cut this up. Looking pretty good, huh? Nice and cakey and full of flavor. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Joe's Phenomenal, you can watch a couple more videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. Wow, those came out fantastic. And you'd never guess that we didn't add any sugar into those. They're still a little high on the calorie count, but there's no refined sugar in there, so that's a big plus. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about the Ninja Foodi Power Blender that we use for this recipe, we do have an Amazon affiliate link down in the description of the video. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.